There's a lot of men who don't know how to be by themselves. All right. They don't know how to be alone. They've jumped from relationship to relationship their entire life. They are in a lot of ways what I would call a relationship guy. They want that there in their life. They may not even be the guy that really wants to be out there dating and all this type of stuff. Again, they're not even the guy who thought my desire is to live a cheating lifestyle. They want one stable woman, right? But because they have this attachment to having to have someone and don't know how to be alone, what happens is now is when they are in a relationship where things go left, where there's unhappiness, where there's disconnect, where there's voids being created, rather than leave because the fear of I have to be by myself or start over again, they just end up cheating. Now, some people might say, well, if he has someone to cheat with, why don't he just go to her? He could still not be alone. But there's a certain level of security that he feels with this relationship that he's had for years now. All right. It may be one thing if this was very early on in the relationship, a few months in, maybe a year in, that might be an easier decision for him to make to just jump from this one to another one. But when there's years put in, he does not want to let go of the known for what is the unknown. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not validating, I'm explaining. And yeah, a lot of men have unhealthy attachments in their relationship. As well as there are some men who it's not even just being alone. There's some men who really their current relationship or their family that they've created, that's their whole life. Like they don't have anyone outside of that. They may have dysfunctional family relationships or they don't even have relationships with their family at all. They may not even have friendships like that. Like this is really their world. And so to walk away from this world, they built this world, again, that they feel like they have a level of security in, they're too afraid to do that. They're not willing to do that, even though they will cross the line. Because you got to understand this. In the mind of the person who cheats, their hope is that they can keep this under wraps. You see what I'm saying? Like when people say, why would you do this to me? In that cheater's mind, I wasn't trying to do this to you because I was hoping you would never find out. And let me not say I. They were hoping you would never find out, okay? So for them, the goal is to be able to have these two worlds and they never collide, they never intertwine. You know what I'm saying? And therefore you never get hurt and they get what they desire out of the situation and things just move along as that. It's just that, you know, for most people, they're not that good at hiding it forever, especially when it's an ongoing thing. It's one thing if a person just cheats in a moment and it doesn't happen again. But when you're carrying on an affair, you know, an ongoing double life, a mistress, a side chick, whatever, it tends to at some point come out, some way, somehow. People get sloppy, they get lazy, and you know, and I'm also a firm believer that women's intuition is just freaking amazing, and women pick up on the smallest little details. I always make the joke like, you could sneeze different tomorrow and a woman's gonna notice, right? Like she catches everything. So that's why women tend to start catching these little things and then it just unravels and then they find out, oh, you know what I'm saying? So all in all, that's just another big reason. They're just afraid to walk away. And so with that said, listen, again, you know, I said it many times. I'm not even gonna say it again. I'm just gonna say this. Cheating is always difficult. And, you know, as much as it's happening, I really want people to take a deeper look because I do think that if we're going to break this negative cycle of cheating that happens very often in a lot of people's relationships, we got to understand all the things that's playing into it, that's pouring into it. Now, this video is just breaking down one aspect of it, but there's a lot more we can discuss when it comes to infidelity and cheating. Either way, I do want to say to any of you who have been cheated on, do not internalize that in a way that you dwell on this or you allow this to cause you to be jaded and very walled up when it comes to relationships or when it comes to engaging with men. I literally spoke to someone earlier who, after getting cheating on in their marriage, They went on a long stint of not dating, many, many years, because they were afraid to put themselves out there. And it's like, but then what happens is you're blocking your ability to receive a love that could truly be for you because of someone who did not appreciate the love you were trying to give them. And I don't want that to happen to any of y'all. So please make sure if you've gone through any kind of cheating or are going through it, get the book, go through the healing process so you can get on the path to receiving what is truly best for you. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Relationships are the key to a successful life. But there's 5 areas that we have to be mindful of when it comes to relationships. There's relationship with God, relationship with ourselves, relationship with family and friends,